Somebody say Dada Boat say onim odobroni bebia ana pretend say onim odobroni. And I feel so Presla blah. One mama me Akosuah beble no. Tim legal wise for say omo share no boss say obeble the chance na say bi o pinform ono foma nom de ache me. Presla beti me tubni ena adi. Ebusu ansem de bi ko so. Expose omo be expose Dada Boat ene fire omo be fire no. Esan say onim odobroni ana pretend say onim odobroni. Yenkwai yenkotie nsem a Tim legal wise for ekafa eye mami odobroni ho ana afen so Dada Boat ene Presla ensem biblical so yenko ne nkuti bi embe.
Oma can't say Dada Boat, you know. Oma can't say Dada Boat, no crampono in the audio, no. Onim odobroni. And I'm watching ya coach, you know.
And what could you not call to say, or a witness to say?
Yeah, onim odobroni on whom papa that. On no by yes, sir. Or
no Brasso.
Or you're part of the group no mother to host on Baya Mata on my rounds, no more share information. Nana a Priscilla Lenya Kuna status no.
Okay.
And that's what's happened. Into millions, Emma or catch up been a barbon teen Emma. Omunina some damage control no most some life for say Emily John and no more your intro or and my TikTok lawyer and so buy some munjai bully no. And of course, I'm exposing some people, and I bought the boat, and of course, exposed Dada Boat. And but one said Dada Boat in him, that the lumber that only that one time been a passing by, but that lumber pon who said, well, who away or pass it by, but that lumber pon nim who he is that. But one now,
these people.
Omo who say assignments is see more from the ordinary man and omo asha da hono na all come some material but can I say passport picture now or the brony now what we have learned so TikTok learn and all what I was so no yeah or can we but mama cause say one no we ni na or the brony no directly kasa yo it wasn't through anybody or the brony na on TikTok or kasa yeah. And I don't believe in TikTok lawyer convince you the brony say our lawyers are obey to me. I get my the brony. I'm a lawyer, no more just cabe efforts in some big money. I'm a lawyer, no to me. One renew those kids' passport, German passport, they go to me to coin. That is why mama or the brony still on file will court to host on my Germany property. No mama bako. Matthias here.
Yes, if I feel, madam.
No. I know the Ohima Lumba introduced it. I'm talking about Odobroni Nei. Ohima, of course, Ohima Lumba introduced Dada Boat to Priscilla. However, TikTok lawyer has the direct number to Priscilla, and he was speaking to Priscilla directly, and he convinced Priscilla, TikTok lawyer, to send the information because he could do two things for her. Renew the passport so they can come and live in Germany and get one of Daddy Lumba's property in Germany. And number two, find that Daddy Lumba's status in Germany is single. And they were divorced Akosuah Serwaah, and the marriage certificate is fake. But because through the normal process, because they couldn't do it for the normal process. But somebody came into his able to access the information and pass it on. Then afterwards, what happened is that the woman came after a little while of her blanking them. No, she came back and she reported that there was the letter that the Akosuah Serwaah served to the court it was correct. Now, one of the senior lawyer, her colleague, has already dealt with this case and has confirmed the marriage is still valid or there's no divorce.
And the tree na sana. It's all
Oh, sorry. So no more 70 media, but make up you. And untina. Omo pulley omo witness from the court because omo G permission from the court ne say omo the lawyer be an expert be ebeba court ho approve say because remember in the Evidence Act there's subsection that you can do with the Evidence Act. And see, because say omo G marriage certificate copy need two no, the burden is shifted is moved now to the defendants to prove it's not a genuine document. So before the woman used the other subsection, the normal expert now what catch almost through 419 say or who information then she will give it to them. Remember, they will bring it to court to show that it was a forged document. That was what by lawyer and by letter because there be me madam me colleague already were one day na confirm say marriage ne wo ho and now a Priscilla camp no I say I don't know our year more 419 now because ojisika boom nearly 3,000 euros or 4,000 euros come out woman and lawyer and some way on ye and now oba won't kai that time the camp baba think mu say that is what happened during that time. We have learned two things. Dada Boat does not know Odobroni, number one, or Daddy Lumba, and came to court and fabricated the evidence. But the reason why the judge was okay about the fabrication of the evidence is because according to them, judge, she had already made her mind up. She had been convinced by Amelia, and they had already made their mind up. So even the whole sitting down and having bribery, it was already backdoor set up, arranged before they went to meet. But every more dream be before from document. Yeah.
Why ready?
My ready. Sorry, my ready.
Okay.
Bajo, no, means why no me fa.
Minka sentiano in any way. Me say, Odobroni, obi kachire Odobroni say, ya ono na bonsu no. To me aboa, ya Odobroni. Man man be new omo passport. If it be omo peno, they can have it. But Odobroni and find the passport, onkwala no passport ankoma na bonsu say.
Oh,
If I send him,
Excellency,
that is not true. Meaning that about Kasae. That is not true. Mami be a friend of one say that lady get Kokobi analysis mono. Babonte no Dobroni man passport, a Dobroni mano, omude to bet in ye, omude to bet in ye, omude to bet in ye. Your friend be Queen Mouse and wino. She came publicly. I'm not stupid. She came publicly. Ya trade the amano and a wall and a Odobroni bano. Didn't say the date of birth. I have me the best year. Make me say no about man no we jack. Oh say okay. She wish you all nobody should be afraid of that Nana Bonsu no. Nana Bonsu. I swear with my mother's grave. The one so one talk now the ba me so about him. Me say me the Bible beto me go dia ku.
Mafia.
Kwasia. Edi o matem no bra. Wo the one send ba me so. Me ka cho me go dia ku. Ba ko ewu dada. Oba bro ni ba. Wo dada. Bra, me papa na odi na si wono. Me papa won report ni hu police station no. Papa child trafficking and done so. This I will say what if you wanna bring it on. Do you think I'm afraid of you? See what the one send by me so said ya would matem who want it to for so would matem your matem no. Me do one no send go dia
Mama wa money dia kra be me ya. Wa money dia kra be me ya. Me si boni dia. Kwasia man.
No one promise here. No one say about bonting. Frida. That is a sign of cowardness. That show you are a coward. Bring it on. Do you think we are afraid of you? Do you think we are afraid of you? Blah! Don't bring your nonsense on me because I am too hard for you to chew it. I'm telling you. A woman that go up in the street, do you think I fear of you?
Abriana, I
Bring
see
it on.
you.
Who can say man or muson? Blah! I dare you, whatever nonsense that you have on a dog bring it on. Who can see you risking your family? Because we are going to sit down and allow somebody like you to destroy everything that we are worked for. It will never happen. Not when I am alive. Fools.
Obi afre wa mfi no mesi bonidia osuro biabo montra se o se osuro biabo osuro biabo jaja kwasena no
on the platform.
Nana bonsu no mindi na tem
Edu ba kono no mekofa ba.
Brasili we bomidi on the platform so but down for no.
Mame, me ndwin ho krampo me tie ni nya bana enye se me dwin ho opatun because odobroni na na ye de okotwitwa ne nkora passport ko mal obi wo TikTok so say onko gidan ne bibia man omoboa okọ say okọ so ne passport no age benefits no ba gidan no tadulum bajan pako no ne mara betsnem
No omo bother man.
yes not any
in their dreams. In their dreams.
Charlene Sierra, Muntie, or see or GBBA because of more or fight for you. Fiena was a Germany crampono or so by Jiba Quabosso. When I'm
in time, Mamma Akosuah Serwaah in crew, toss sad died. Mamma Akosuah Serwaah a G loan to you. I will cheer or cheer mortgage.
Queen, my main tremor, Dada Boat to know I know Messi.
Make us a Mamma Akosuah Serwaah or no cheer or cheer mortgage.
We got that way, a Chinameko Juma, in Kameka Dada Boat, no, Nama Messi from Her Excellency.
Hey, my
Majesty.
And
Her Excellency, make sure that when would a Dada Boat no. Samu check ya court ne sha asiye no. Tam na ye court no. Na sa Dada Boat no ne nam ho te say blogger o. Oba honum te say blogger. Anti I think say a honum na omudinya no opeskanti na ofa akwan bi so ekoye ya no a oni ebusua panyin mu koye we no omode no koye ene no koye sa arrangement ne mane be sa no na oba honum te say blogger omunnim no be bia no ne nam court honum aha oye obi a no ne nam court honum ai sa na Dada Boat no oba asin nimu medamase
obewu kwa wo Dada Boat obewu kwa unim se da sikrumu ekum nipa ubewu kwa wo
wono kwa na wie kwa de times akwa no
ubewu da man na bola so ansa wo ubewu kwa so ti ko di da sikrumu we ema wo because o pese ye gide japade ema obi eche gide japade ma kwasa peni ya onya adwuma da.
And then I couldn't find out as same way. So as same way, TikTok lawyer can 2 days to 3 days.
Maybe I saw him say, I don't listen to anyone, Tim.
Kunema ba yanko.
And let me tell you, maybe I said, oh, maybe will be practicing. Nobody wanted water. Water, what you put your team get water, one quarter. Me, Sassicana, what you want to bring you. And from your the time is too early. I mean, the people do not understand me. Any prior in the court, I battle court. If you say Omonte, is it true? Say Omonte. Hypocrites be our apple so. One say at the end, who say
Alabama. Me say you moderator, me you man
Kasadi is open backdoor and my live programs and I'm saying them. That is what some of your colleagues are doing, and we appreciate it. I am trying my best. Some comments now, mobile life assassin on Camus, no backdoor. But the assassin said, someone is a personal interest in process. I am telling you, my body brow. My team and me look at it. I am telling you today, so now I'm from the I'm also. We are almost through and putting the other, and see, very careful. So, now, putting or programs will be yes, I will. As a PhD, I will descend on you and one year, and you be very careful. I never size, I never saw, I never size enemy. So, and we're at the end in our book of all the crap was our person. You don't bring a problem, my man. Should be.
Part 1, no. Part 2.
Be very careful. I mean, no size, and no size enemy. So, and we're at the end in our book of all the good crap was our person. You don't bring a problem, my man. Should be. And now I have someone going to record the back, and I want our voice. When you guys are at your father, when some of the car for the you know, and I have them. And until now, the request for a voice now is straight at the bottom. One family, I have them. In the country, don't trust anybody. Or more, I want to trust my day, voice note now, and someone will car voice note from the fire. That's I mean, I have them. And Tibuka say, the media to see me. So, if you must know that anymore, need and Sam, your man, your person, the year ready said, my pastor, about the responding. But I am telling you, it's a penny, I give you boom, I call that person the same respect, the respect will make on the play. That's the respect to so I'm fast, I will do an idea. Na audience wana wako hapo so akopasa hapo media kasa mshidia na ya engi na mimi I'm telling you say no pia ni hono sa hapo so anisa msikana mmoja jema ebiti na rekodi what never odoboni na moya sa na mama mnya chance o sana say maybe ni pasube mya I don't know who you saying, but I don't want in the home. I want to name Yamit. I don't see, and I knew we are on the to pull over. So, we know the area almost everything because she knows what I can do and what I stand for. My name will be a video. Sika will be a Yamami, some from what will be about one queen, crying in a fish. Just be careful.
Alabama, me, the better young cow UK, huh?
But your last one, I'm a boy, you know. So you can talk now, let me mute.
Yeah, you know what? The one we were missing is the one from TikTok lawyer, but it's fine.
Already, yeah. I said, yeah, court. I said, goodbye. Ya fire drunk or so ye. Emma sad Dada Boat no crown. Nidi be mu be so no crown be kwa witness. Ya fire junior uncle so.
Me who yeah, me the imagine cost me who yeah, but not
Bra ko jina court or car say ni or worried a girl no enya for some time ni ade na ye nim so no crown Dada Boat no. Any ya fine yasam. Ba senkenenke ye ni mo a nkem say was senka court one anka ye the audio no ye den ekote ne to but anyways and the aqua copa no ya to say I say once na juma na wo kan bibi na make us make sure no was say Alberta and a cockach once a lawyer corner of finding lawyer ne so no person pay anything illegal. So, my fan no maame no certificate ne de. E wana o say sa Alberta ni be mu na. Obeka say ono ye adwuma minim say status am to say den yo. Ah wono betimi akwa akohwehwem. E de ehu ye friend is saying it say certificate ni ye real say ye real lo. If that was how or yeah then or end it up say obey.
where yeah.
Yo, into onu be mu bi say obeye ade ne di ama omo no. Enim so oje sa sika twitwi. Oje sika no. Enso no ontenenka no hu ade crawl friend na asa ne say ye china say. Asa onu so promise em say Ghana lawyers knows or something like that say so girl no so be get proof bi di ama omo em so mo dey court so. Na ako prove say maame no certificate no enye no correct adenya obeye sa live no ebete girl ni tuni wiye no ansa no get to know say sa emi say sister Akosuah na akoje those documents no sense the girl ne kohwehwe mu na mpa say wenya bibi e na ode ama Akosuah. But I am one say I dear muhin na ye divorce certificate. Enye FA na very analysis for certificates. The aye dada and the aye then. Inti so obika say bia your friend is saying your friend Menkan is saying certificate no wakojene ebia 3 times wakojene 3 times and say certificate no wrong ekromi anytime bia bebusa for any bibia no what system no say webusa ne how many times what I say like who be say be a date way ubi say be date way ubi say be date and trust enye certificate. One thing and they should know and trust enye certificate intina idea dintina omo enye omo ntwa saa de ne so say just say omo person omo de saa because of say my auntie Akosuah kwaje no bia 3 times intino and no just say I better so we hu no system ne so say ma me no aje copy 3 times intino and only just say enye fake. It doesn't make sense. What no, is that? I didn't know why. Ebeye den and na wenya ho copy 3 times.
Judge copying for the defendants. It was her and the different defendants. But anyway, back on that white lady, but what did I tell is that you have
right quick before you leave?
Yeah.
Nti I believe said Dorinda and so Jesa omunsem ni GDE. Nti or the yes
no. Dorinda, let me make something clear. Dorinda did not. She fully knew. She knew they were. She knew they were interpreted version.
I said Dorinda say. Right procedure no kwa contact Germany amaya ka chen sa ade no cramp no enye no cross ade adibi
wankasa
o kan saying
wankasa Dorinda say the woman found through the right processes on mean gentum and nowhere in the judgment
no kwa say o kan wo court was say ono kwa contact Germany na Nadam for be Germany or something like that. No. Me when me say the same way na.
No. Yoni, no. Enyasa kra.
Lorinda yes, share. Me say yes.
Lawyer babe, Papa Jama amwa.
There be any lawyer no. O see Dorinda hwe nanim ga chene say. Enu ti na e ma abusuapanyin nya asa akukudro kogina o say. Even judge ne kwa ka che o say ye fe ne say
you talking about no.
Lawyer Kusi ne kan sa same way.
No, so I contacted Germany.
No,
one be won just say o say judge no e say wa contacting
now I contacted Germany and to umbeji we ya to
also I'm sure say it's true.
No, Mommy, let me explain it, please. No, that's not what happened. That say when the judge gave the verbal or read it verbally, the judgment.
Yoni, Jumana meba. Yoni, say what Germany?
Yeah.
Him say enya possible. Omo di omo den kraba.
I said when him say asem na mamene kan Dorinda no asem no kan there but wa enye no kra me him say enye no kra.
No, one to one can mommy explain something.
No, Jumana hwe obi e ka say it's true. But
mommy I
know see akasa asem ne say Dorinda hwe nanim ka
Yoni, calm down. Yoni, let her explain. Let her explain.
Listen, then afterwards
the judge was reading the judgment in court, and which she had written. And in the judgment, you go through different arguments from both parties. And while she was reading the judgment in court, already say the mission of the other party is say document, a fake. Now we have different information. And a judge, it can't be said about making inquiries or should have made it or brought someone from the embassy. But the way Judge Kwasia said it in when she went back to the office, they said Judge Nimpono or try to implicate me and pretend that yakofa fake documents aba na ohwehwe mu wo hu mu say fake and Jana kasi kaye and he has to challenge it because there's no way that judge will let him go if the fake documents are back. And that's why he's going to challenge it. But I saw train not full judgment no the judge in the car, And not full judgment judges and can't anywhere say forged document or the buyer. You kind of say document on the buyer, and go through the process. But already what the other party's arguments were in any this is where there's some people that are making comments about that they said it was fake. No, in any judgment, before the judge go to determine the case, obey summarizing both parties' arguments. So if you're not someone who is legally trained and you're looking at it, you may think, the judge said no. The judge did not say. The judge is summarizing the other party's argument in the judgment, and then later on they move on to discuss their findings. Now in her actual findings, Your kind of fair on who signatures, 2 signatures, but picture of the buy no, women in our sign it. Or we start our because say, wow, the witness no, so don't say women in your sign it, yeah. But certificate of the buy no, only one signature is on there. And at the on a certified copy and there's interpreted copy, no, they have different dates. She just pointed out the inconsistency, see, because they go through the main certificate, no. Now woman fly down from Germany by because they were questioning the certified copy, no, because the original no crumple and goes, but she believed the original is extract. Now and go through, and that's what she's making presumption. And because it didn't go through the process, no on Chimin didn't too. And Osanka say, oh no, dear, you are can assumptions because we make assumption about the signatures and all that stuff. So lawyer Kosti could have met the burden of proof, no, if lawyer Kosti have brought an expert from the German embassy to explain how the German marriage certificates work. But
it's not about the what in on verdict name asem na okun. The way a lawyer Kusika was something that himself pass it through a statement the judge passed through while abia or explaining there no. Statement way one kind of certain one kind of verdict name. Statement with the way a lawyer Kusika
and I'm explaining I'm explaining to you what I said at the beginning how lawyer Kosi spoke. He was saying the way the judge was speaking is making assumptions, say, or the fake documents are back. And on no call, the judge describes so shame. Maybe the embassy crampo.
Say, but me patch say, Sir Judge, and so, but this will be what Germany ha. Or contacting Obi or Germany, and I said, Nipper say, a way more contacting one with then it doesn't make sense. Me kind in sense to say, judge and this one contact Obi or Germany, Hannah say, you way no contact a woman. I say, TikTok lawyer can't be now or contact a woman. Does it even make sense? Emma, I catch and say,
no, it doesn't. Listen,
I don't think so. She contact anybody. I don't think so.
That's what I'm.
They have their own thing. Yeah, they do their own thing. They don't contact nobody.
It's already been determined. That's why it was not in. If even listen, lawyer Kosi, the way I heard lawyer Kosi's interview.
Oh, so like I say, it was verbal. So that statement no was verbal. Not in any verdict.
There's no way she's going to put it in a verdict because what she did was wrong.
No, you're not listening.
Yeah.
Listen, the reason why they have transcript and they have determination. The judge could be reading out what the other party said, and you can suggest if you don't know how the law works, how submissions work, and how it goes into judgment, you also the judge said no. The judge is required to summarize the arguments of both parties. So in court, she read out how the verdict is going to be. So she would have read out the arguments of both parties. So what she read out, is what the lawyer Kwesi was trying to summarize, or what the judge was saying. This. But lawyer Kwesi, when it came, the judgment came out, there was nothing there in the judgment or what she allegedly read out in court, where the judge herself is saying, making accusation against lawyer Kwesi. So that's the reason why that's the reason why I think it's important to understand, say, maybe you don't understand how the court proceedings work. Before the judge gives his judgment, or best summarize everyone's argument, and then he gives his judgment. The summary of someone's argument does not mean the judge believed it or the judge is of the view this happened. No. Obi said he needs to be charged with perjury. Mepacho, if lawyer Kwesi did anything wrong now, and if what they are saying is true now, there should have been a lot of arrests on the day. Any judge will tell you, sir, there would have been arrest on the day. No judge will ever let you walk. If he had made inquiries and found A, B, and C, you will never be walking. Kwasia would be under investigation and would be struck out, would be in prison. So would Papa She.
Jumana, can I ask the question now?
Mama.
Yeah. This Dada Boat issue I'm talking about, we are talking about, can he come to the appeal again?
It all depends on the outcome of the appeal, okay? If the outcome is a retrial, then he can come to appeal again. Because one of the outcomes that the judge can give is a retrial. And there's people there saying they should be charged with perjury. If you have such a small brain cell to understand that, this is just the strategy to confuse you people. The woman bought, you don't go to court with your original certificates. Let me make sense. You go with a certified because you need to print it off and you need to give opportunity to the people around to be able to play around with it. So anyone that goes to court, you take the original and somebody certifies those copy and they signed on the certified copy that they've seen, and you take the original back home, and the certified copy who say, yeah, this is the original document, normally the original my back, no certified copy no sign it, and normally I teach different court bundle. So it to me, it is it's such a basic court process that she would have had to do just in case she did only 2 bundles, and someone would say you need more copies for. There'll be another bundle, another copies, and it'll be gone in there. So those copies now you were seeing were certified copies from a place within Ghana who had the authority to look at original documents, certify, and basically said that they've seen the original document. This is what certified me. You've seen the original document. Almost sign it. We'll put a date on it, and it forms part of the bundle. You never take your original document in the bundle, because how can you ensure you have 4 original marriage certificates if you have 4 bundles in court? 1 for the judge, 1 for each defendant, and then the plaintiff. How on earth would you be able to do that? Doesn't make sense. I don't know why people don't understand. So no original marriage certificate goes into any bundle. The only certificate that will go in will be a certified copy and then you copy them and you put it in the bundles. And the reason why her original document even came into play was because they kept questioning, and the fact that they've allowed that document to be submitted and accepted, the burden is no longer on Mami Akosuah Serwaah. The burden was on Opriga. That's what they paid the woman 419 to go and find the information. The burden shift to Opriga's finger to prove. And if it was any reasonable judge now, when they failed to submit that forged documents or whatever, they were going to produce documents that Lumba single and divorce paperwork and prove that the certificate is forged. When they failed to bring that witness to court to give that evidence, it was at that point that the whole case fell for them. But it's only in Ghana can you buy and can you have a judge call you during lunchtime to give you update on the case.
Yes, Jumana, I have a quick question. So does that mean now that we have known about what they did, can we then file something with the court so that they can be charged with perjury, both Abusia Penny and this Dada Boat, silly Dada Boat guy?
So I want to be very, very clear. With Dada Boat, what he has done is not only criminal offense and should be charged. I think what people don't understand is Priga has very strong legal team behind her that advised that woman due to the various inconsistencies in your information, and obviously also potentially he has told the lawyers the truth. They never let her testify under oath. Never. So Dobroni did not bring a witness statement to testify in the oath, nothing. They only had this man to come and testify in the oath because of the implication of if she's caught lying. And the reality is she would have, for example, now we've got the visa application, everything else, so it would have been clear that she was lying. So she really protected herself by playing that smart card. She herself never gave any witness under oath, and she never gave anything in. She let everybody else do the dirty work. So at this moment in time, that's why I brought this conversation back. We need to stop focusing on irrelevant things and start focusing on Number one, making a claim, a charge in police about this claim that we're seeing online. Now, I tell you this, I know Ghana police are compromised, but if you put a case down in the Ghana police, all the video that's come out, she doesn't know Prega, all those information, never met Daddy Lumba, put it to the Ghana thing, and then you petition to our judiciary for an investigation into his behavior and the behavior of the judge. You go through discovery, even if whatever they delete, you can always track it back from thingy, if it's full criminal investigation, and judicial investigation, they can track it back.
Yeah.
So I want you to be very, very clear. Your focus should be back on these two people: the judge bribery, the way she was compromised because she was speaking to Priscilla, and we have evidence. We have clear, consequential evidence, because you guys would have had, because Oprega has too many people celebrating before the judgment was even called. They knew everything that was happening. If you really look at the strategy
exactly
on Instagram now, I remember I went on live and I was saying to people, she bought, because the Papa G told me, she bought her original.
So you nipa bone for. Oh na wa mama me Akosuah say wanya enije wona brabo. Na worry aware papa no. Wo na wa mama me no endi de wona worry. Enti wo obe brasing oshi. Meaning so oshi ba no hwe bidia. So won say the oshi bre no. Say the oshi bre no sa na bebre. Obe bre papa. Who consume at the same time who koja, at the same time who mope, at the same time who sinema, at the same time who yepiane. Me say obe brasing oshi. Obe brasing oshi. Me de mempa bo nyina ne say e bre na maame Akosuah se wa bre e de hwe ne market nkete no. E ma omo nyinye no. Sa bre no. Famu bi. Me mo mpa e say wu wuda. Wuda. Ube bre ube say gatem mpo eduane baller so eduane, and at the end of the day ube say di. Wo. Bra wa ba maame Akosuah se wa bre no. Yemi tua waka de ba osono unya hui uhwe Nyankopon hata suru anim wa bra wonim se yenware wo obia ni wo de eyi ensuo mpo akonwe busuafo wo pacho wo nana ma hemfo so mo mpa maame Akosuah se wa acha wo mawo ne wotimi de ko gina court wotimi ene ebusua penny Kwasia Jimmy for papa we. One ebusua penny we aye kanana. Na mo sie ni kunu, aye ni kunu yie. Wa bro no wentimi amfa na ni ehu ni kunu funu. Wentimi am yie ni bi. Na oba be celebration of life aba ni kunu a. One ebusua penny mo sesen. Mudi injunction koto so. Mudi injunction ekoto so. Yami obetua mu kadi onyama me say Priscilla obe brasi oshi. Senya Nyankopon obo so wa santima obo wo. Senya meti asia. Dia wa mama me Akosuah se wa femu obe femu times 100 and obe femu. Yami betua oka ono maame. O maame anti sisi na one more ne bra yi sanko bo ne bra yi a ankenye ne so beba betina obi kunu fie a obi fie oni ne kunu aye esi o mama metrem enye mo so no sorry na waka se ono omo ye sikafo omo free sikafo my foot wo sikeni obema ne ba kwakodi obi kurechi. To the extent say on any banner ne busu free na mbetu akotena be man so ebi nsi da me hu bi da adi samu nkurasefo akrofo te samu krofo teti amwa te samu maame East Lagos a fee mu bi da mo time mo te uncompleted wo La Paz hodom no Tabora Alaji hodom no that time no na mo nim say ye tena East Lagos dem me se mo beko mo konso a mo bag na mo de buy na no na mo de beko Mami we hu mo bo oba 1 week o ka che o say woni wo ma ni susua nti montena fie ho no le boni awaye ni na wo ma no wo pay the back say Mami Akosuah Serwaah ni adwembo ne ba kokora amfa ma wo bia na me de bia me ka che ma say somehow no sa we na no onu no ma ho kwan because obaye no e no opam wo si abonten a ene wo ma me mu si abonten a ka we na nkemba ba sa na ehu mo bro enya hwe o e wo ma susane ade no ena ma we na ekoso ena ma sa na ma we na ekoso me se me wo sagi me one more time me one more time when we yet legal husband and wives and children ni igu hano ini abri Mami Akosuah Serwaah na onpe boni and koma babu omo be machi wo ne wo maame mo boot mo be machi mo afifi oni sa wo cousin cromfo ba na ne mfi ne tuntum ase na ne mfi na ode na mfi ho no ke be tun afiri ho de dada ba maame ne ye woman of peace o ka o si o mamra ni nya adwuma enontia na mo ejimi fo na mo tete mo platform so na on timi ma East Lagos fie ho East Lagos landlady ya di fie na mano mo so dae so bi ni kun embre fiti 80s emmepmene na girl no ye wo no time na ma me ni kun omo japade na afempo na yanyam no ono mra meji ejapade ni emfa emaso mu ye ni pabone fo mu sesu ni pabone fo mi hu bida se mo so sobone so se de mo so sobone so no mi hu bida nyame mfa mo bone nchem wate nyame onfa mo bone nchem se mo titi mu fie mu na mo support this evil mo support at the bone say na ya me de say nyankopon we bie Ghana fo bebre nani ama omo ehu say mo ye ni pabone fo omo ehu no kre no me de papa because Mami Akosuah Serwaah ba Ghana beginning no said dia ipa boni fo bi ko bon krofo bi pa no mo sati so mu gu Mami Akosuah Serwaah ni mu ase omo ye ne kasongo no
right ene da ho no mami hu adwenkyere e comment section na ene your first time so amesere also subscribe e for mami ahaye kasapa media Ghana media na jobless makram.
You are watching Kasapa Media.